I do want to ask you, what's going on in your neck of the woods. Of course, this coming Wednesday, as folks are listening to this, tomorrow, you're going to be in your home state again, Knoxville, Tennessee. 2 weeks ago, you were in Clarksville. Last week in Cincinnati. But this week, you're in Knoxville. And the entire world wants to know what's next because last we saw, MJF was mouthing off and he got smacked for it. Let's take a look.
But you know what really pisses me off? Slap nuts. The fact that just because you were best friends with Owen Hart, you think you're owed a grand finale. You know, you might have had all of these stupid, simple-minded schmucks convinced, but I see through your bull. During the Owen Cup, I saw right through you, you carny succubus. You are nothing more than a leech riding the coattails of your deceased friend. Oh, did I strike a chord, Jeff? I thought you were all tough. I thought you were the last outlaw. I guess you don't like it when I talk about your old pal, Owen Dewey.
God, that was a long time coming.
Yeah, thankfully, Jarrett shutting up MJF with those big right hands. MJF trying to cover up. But Jarrett unloading on MJF.
Yeah, I mean, both of them were exchanging really heavy insults there. Oh, there's Karen.
In comes Karen and
the wife of Jarrett right there.
Look at MJF.
Max, what the hell are you doing? What was wrong with him? Look at him run. What a freaking coward.
And by the way, I know some of you have to defend wrestling in your household or in your real life. Hey, don't you know? Show them this picture of MJF next time somebody's wondering. He actually tweeted it out. Yeah, there you go. That's what wrestling is right there. What happened, Jeff?
So we just let employees hit one another now with zero consequences. You ain't an employee and I ain't either, pal. So it's all fair. Conrad, I have kind of thought how to address this today, and I kind of went back and forth on just giving MJF even the most little bit of rebuttal of his nonsense. And he really thinks, and you kind of go over the history of MJF, whether it's Adam Cole or Punk or any of his feuds, he likes to I guess you could say verbally joust, and to me it's passé. He wants to go there. I'll go there and much further. Like I told him in the promo, and that may be one of the most truest lines that I'll ever tell. Oh, Max, dude, I was you before you were you. I'm very curious to see where all this goes because I knew my statement on January 1st was going to ruffle some feathers. I actually didn't think it would ruffle his feathers the most, but it has. So he got a little bit of a receipt. He'll have a few more coming. And he covered his eyes up like a little bitch. And I was sitting there, I guarantee his knuckles are as sore as his eye was. But Conrad, we have both talked offline what we really believe he is an incredible talent. But I think he's lost his way. I'll just say that the one-hit wonder line stuck. And to me, it's more appropriate than I thought, but I said it almost tongue in cheek. But man, I believe he's lost his way.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens next. If you didn't see it, I wanted to share Dustin Rhodes' sort of motivational words with you here on the program. Let's take a listen.
Jeff Jarrett, we heard what you just said out there in the ring, that this AEW audience has awoken this passion and drive in you. But then on the other side of that, we've got MJF. You said it yourself. He's scared. But he got under your skin tonight, Jeff. Where do you guys go from this?
Oh, Renee.
Jeff, listen, piss me off. How many
years have we known each other? How many years have we driven up and down these roads, grinding our asses off because of the passion and the love for our business? A lot. He doesn't know a thing about that, and you know that. What has he been in the business a minute? He's going to dictate to you, and he's going to be a disrespectful little shit that pisses me off. I'm here to tell you that I'm 110% behind you and want you to fulfill this passionate dream right now of becoming AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Max doesn't know everything that we've been through, been knocked down, dragged through shit, and got back up, because that's what we do. He doesn't have a clue. So whatever he does to you, I know you've already been through. That's me. Remember this, Jeff. You're Jeff Jarrett. You're a 12-time world heavyweight champion. That means something. You're the last outlaw. And Jeff, outlaws never die. So please remember this right now. Jeff, you and I are the very last of our kind.
How about that, man? That was pretty cool. I loved seeing you share the screen with Dustin. Were you surprised?
Will you hear a little story behind the story? So somebody came up to me before this promo. Obviously, we got out of the ring, and Karen tweaked her ankle, and so I was over there with her, and then the docs were looking at her, and she's fine. And so I was going my separate way, and I knew I had a promo, and a guy came up to me and he said, "Hey," he said, "I got to ask you, is Dustin really upset?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, "Man, he screamed back here twice during your promo." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Dude, I'm telling you, he's upset." So later I asked Dustin, and I'll kind of leave that, the comments. I said, "What do you think?" He said, "Hey man, we're all professionals and we all got to do what we got to do, whether it's to draw money or beat each other up or make the business go around." He said, "I think Max," how did he say it? I don't know, say punch below the belt, but he said, I think, he didn't say go too far. Something to the effect that he said, "I know Max is Max," something. And then he just looked at me and he says, "He's got a receipt coming, watch." And I just said, okay. Anyway, that promo that Dustin just cut, I don't even want to call it a promo. He believes I do too, but Dustin, that came from the heart.
That's why it was so good, man. And that's why I'm pulling for it. I really enjoyed the segment. I don't know if you saw, but there was some criticism of the segment.
Of course.
Your great close personal friend, Brian Alvarez, said he didn't see the point in having a promo or this feud. It was way too much time. No one cares about the feud. Everyone knows you can't beat MJF. There's no titles on the line. It's pointless.
Wait. He said no titles on the line?
Yeah, the same guy who says the belts don't matter in AEW also says that this match doesn't matter because there's no belts on the. I don't really know, but it's clear that Alvarez doesn't like you, and he's got an axe to grind, and that's the reason he's being mean-spirited about it. I mean, I'm really kind of shocked that was the response to that.
So
like, based on that logic, does any part of the show matter?
Well, but he said just because there aren't titles aligned, so he definitely doesn't subscribe to the mentality personal issues draw money. So the belt is the only way.
I think what he's implying, and I've always thought this was weird, is if we know the outcome, why would we watch the match? Because it's a waste of time.
Damn, Conrad, my entire childhood, and I mean this, every program that Jerry Lawler went into, there was no doubt in my mind at the end of the program, Lawler was getting his hand raised.
Now, let me ask you, does that apply to Hulk Hogan? Does that apply to John Cena? Did that apply to Stone Cold? Did that apply to Roman Reigns? I'm just wondering. There's a little bit of a pattern here. What the fuck are we talking about? This is one of the goddamn stupidest fucking things that's ever been said.
Oh,
it's almost as stupid as saying Blue Chew doesn't work, because we know it does. you'll get a raging hard-on like the one I got for stupid wrestling takes. Let's go have better sex with BlueChew.com.